Eating walnuts. After 60, avoid these 5 dangerous mistakes. Walnuts are one of the healthiest foods on the planet. They protect your heart. They boost your brain. They fight inflammation. Doctors recommend them all the time, especially for people over 60. But here's what nobody tells you. If you eat walnuts the wrong way, they can actually harm your body. They can cause digestive problems, trigger dangerous interactions with your medications, and even increase your risk of serious health issues. I know that sounds shocking, but it's true. Today, I'm going to show you the 5 biggest mistakes people make with walnuts after 60, and how to avoid every single one of them. Walnuts are incredible. They're packed with omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and nutrients your body desperately needs as you age. But like many healthy foods, there's a right way and a wrong way to eat them. And after 60, your body becomes more sensitive. Things that didn't matter in your 40s can cause real problems now. So if you're eating walnuts regularly or thinking about adding them to your diet, please stay with me. These 5 mistakes could be the difference between feeling energized and healthy or dealing with uncomfortable side effects you never saw coming. Let's dive in. Mistake 1. Eating too many at once. The first mistake is eating too many walnuts in one sitting. I know. They're delicious. They're healthy. So, more must be better, right? Wrong. Here's what happens when you overdo it. Walnuts are extremely calorie-dense. Just a quarter cup contains about 200 calories. That's more than a slice of bread with butter. And they're loaded with fiber and fat. Those are good things, but your digestive system after 60 can't always handle large amounts at once. I've talked to people who thought they were being healthy by eating a full cup of walnuts as a snack. Within a few hours, they had bloating, gas, cramping, and sometimes even diarrhea. Your body simply can't process that much fiber and fat in one go, especially if you're not used to it. There's another problem too. Walnuts contain compounds called phytates. In small amounts, phytates are fine, but in large quantities, they can actually block your body from absorbing important minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium. After 60, you're already at higher risk for deficiencies in these minerals. You don't want to make it worse. So what's the right amount? Most nutrition experts recommend about 1 ounce per day. That's roughly 7 whole walnuts, or 14 halves. That's enough to get all the benefits without overwhelming your system. Start with even less if you're new to eating walnuts, maybe 3 or 4 per day. See how your body responds, then gradually increase. Remember, consistency beats quantity. A small handful every day is far better than a big serving once in a while. Mistake 2. Eating them on an empty stomach. The second mistake is eating walnuts first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. This is really common. People wake up, grab a handful of walnuts, and think they're starting their day in a healthy way. But your stomach after 60 is more sensitive than it used to be. Walnuts are rich and oily. When you eat them on an empty stomach, especially in the morning, they can irritate your stomach lining. This can cause nausea, acid reflux, or that uncomfortable, heavy feeling in your gut. I remember talking to a woman named Margaret. She was 67, and she'd been eating walnuts every morning for months. She kept waking up with heartburn and couldn't figure out why. When she switched to eating her walnuts after breakfast with some oatmeal or yogurt, the heartburn disappeared completely. Here's why this works. When you eat walnuts with other foods, especially foods with protein or carbohydrates, your stomach produces a better balance of digestive juices. The other foods act like a buffer, protecting your stomach lining from the oils in the walnuts. Plus, the fiber in walnuts absorbs more slowly when mixed with other foods. This means steadier energy and better digestion. So here's what I recommend. Add your walnuts to your breakfast instead of eating them alone. Sprinkle them on oatmeal. Mix them into yogurt. Chop them and add them to a smoothie bowl. Or save them for a mid-morning snack. But pair them with a piece of fruit or a small handful of whole grain crackers. Your stomach will thank you. Mistake 3. Ignoring medication interactions. Mistake number 3 is a serious one. Not checking if walnuts interact with your medications. Most people have no idea that walnuts can affect how certain medicines work in your body. Let me explain. Walnuts are high in vitamin K. This vitamin is essential for healthy bones and blood clotting. But if you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, vitamin K can reduce the effectiveness of your medication. This doesn't mean you can't eat walnuts, but it does mean you need to be consistent. If you eat walnuts every day, your doctor can adjust your medication dose accordingly. The problem happens when you eat walnuts sporadically. One week, you eat them daily. The next week, you don't touch them. This causes your vitamin K levels to fluctuate, which makes it nearly impossible for your doctor to keep your blood thinner at the right level. There's another issue, too. Walnuts can interact with thyroid medications. They contain compounds that can interfere with your body's ability to absorb thyroid hormones. If you take thyroid medication, you should wait at least 3 to 4 hours after taking your pill before eating walnuts. And here's something many people don't know. Walnuts can slow down the absorption of certain antibiotics and osteoporosis medications too. So, what should you do? Talk to your doctor or pharmacist. Show them a list of your medications and ask specifically about walnuts. They can tell you if there are any concerns and help you figure out the best timing for eating walnuts alongside your medications. This simple conversation could prevent serious health complications. Mistake 4. Eating rancid or old walnuts. Mistake number 4 is eating walnuts that have gone bad. You might be thinking, how would I not notice if they're rotten? Well, walnuts don't rot like other foods. They go rancid. And rancid walnuts don't always look or smell obviously bad, especially in the early stages. Here's why this matters. Walnuts contain healthy fats, but those fats are fragile. When exposed to heat, light, or air for too long, they oxidize. They become rancid. Rancid fats are not just unpleasant, they're actually harmful. When you eat rancid walnuts, you're consuming damaged fats that create inflammation in your body. This inflammation can damage your cells and increase your risk of chronic diseases. After 60, your body is already dealing with more inflammation than it did when you were younger. You don't want to add to that burden. So how can you tell if your walnuts are rancid? First, smell them. Fresh walnuts have a mild, slightly sweet, nutty aroma. Rancid walnuts smell sharp, bitter, or like paint or nail polish remover. Second, taste them. If they taste bitter, sour, or just off, throw them out immediately. Here's how to keep your walnuts fresh. Store them in an airtight container in your refrigerator, not in the pantry. The cool temperature slows down oxidation dramatically. In the fridge, walnuts can stay fresh for up to 6 months. In the freezer, they can last a full year. And when you buy walnuts, choose ones that are packaged recently. Check the date on the bag. If you buy them in bulk from open bins, give them the smell test right there in the store before you buy them. This simple step protects your health and ensures you're actually getting the benefits walnuts are supposed to provide. Mistake 5. Not soaking them first. The 5th mistake is probably the one you've never heard of. Not soaking your walnuts before you eat them. I know this sounds strange. Most people just open the bag and start eating. But here's what soaking does. Remember those phytates I mentioned earlier? The compounds that can block mineral absorption? Soaking walnuts in water for a few hours, or even overnight, helps break down those phytates. This makes the nutrients in walnuts much easier for your body to absorb. Soaking also makes walnuts easier to digest. It softens them and begins the breakdown process, which means less work for your stomach and intestines. This is especially important after 60, when your digestive system isn't as strong as it used to be. Here's how to do it. Take the amount of walnuts you plan to eat over the next day or two. Put them in a bowl and cover them with filtered water. Add a pinch of sea salt. The salt helps break down the enzyme inhibitors even faster. Let them soak for at least 4 hours, or overnight if you can. Then drain them, rinse them, and pat them dry with a clean towel. You can eat them right away, or store them in the fridge for up to 3 days. Some people even like to roast them lightly in the oven after soaking to bring back that crunchy texture. I'll be honest, this takes a little planning, but the difference it makes in how you feel is remarkable. People who start soaking their walnuts often tell me they have less bloating, more energy, and better overall digestion. It's a small step that creates a big impact. Now here's a bonus tip that can multiply the benefits of walnuts. Pair them with foods rich in vitamin C. Walnuts contain iron and other minerals that your body needs, but your body absorbs these minerals much better when you eat them alongside vitamin C. So try this. Add walnuts to a salad with orange slices or strawberries. Mix them into yogurt with some fresh blueberries. Or simply eat a few walnuts and then have a kiwi or a small glass of freshly squeezed orange juice. This combination helps your body pull every bit of nutrition from those walnuts. And there's another benefit too. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. When you combine it with the antioxidants in walnuts, you create an even stronger defense against inflammation and aging. It's like giving your cells a double dose of protection. Walnuts are one of nature's most powerful foods for staying healthy after 60. They protect your brain, support your heart, reduce inflammation, and give you steady energy throughout the day. But only if you eat them correctly. Avoid these 5 mistakes. Stick to a small handful each day. Eat them with other foods, not on an empty stomach. Check with your doctor about medication interactions. Store them properly so they stay fresh. And consider soaking them to boost digestion and absorption. These simple changes ensure you get all the benefits without any of the problems. Your health is precious. Small adjustments like these can make a profound difference in how you feel every single day. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to Wellness Explained Pro. We create simple, science-backed wellness tips specifically for people over 60 who want to live longer, stronger, and healthier. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. And remember, you're worth the effort.